afternoon, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Catfish Combat with Joel. It is a beautiful day the Lord has made. It is about 10 o'clock in the morning. I've been out here since about 6. Spent a little bit of time on Tennessee River trying to get some crappies. I didn't do that well with crappies. Did get a bass. Got some channel cats just jigging around, and then I tried to get some bait, and that took a while, but ended up paying off. So for bait today, I've got 4 frozen skipjacks. I've got whole bunch of nice big gizzard shad that I caught on the cast net a little bit ago. I was getting ones and one at a time for like an hour, 2 hours maybe. And then I found a spot where there's a whole bunch of them. However, there's a penalty I had to pay for those shad, which was one throw I got 2 carp about that big, so I had to chuck them out of my net. Then the second batch, which got a lot of shad in it, had 3 big channel cats and tore up my net pretty good. So luckily I have bait. Got to probably repair my cast net when I get back. All right, let's talk about weather conditions for today. High's going to be about 93. It's in the low 80s right now. I think it's about 82. The water temperature on top is 86 degrees, about 86, 87. Winds are out of the northeast, about 3 to 5 miles an hour. Barometric pressure is about 3.18, so it's a little bit higher. Now, I've been seeing a lot of activity. The shad hatch, there's little baby shad everywhere, so there's a lot of feeding activity. I just went over an area, I started on some deeper water, about 30 feet, kind of on a little highway off of the main river, and it looks like it's just stacked. I've been seeing a bunch of guys catching channel cats. That's a good sign. Their channel cats are dinks, but that's a good sign there's at least a food source here. All right, so I'm gonna start here. I'm gonna throw out a myriad of baits and we'll see what we can get. Let's get fishing. All right, everybody, so it's a little while later. It's about 5 o'clock actually now. Got a little too hot, my camera's overheated. Wasn't getting anything from this method, so what I ended up doing is I went to the bridges. I went to that bridge and I went to the bridge up there, and I basically just jigged around the columns, seeing if there's any bass, anything will bite on Berkeley Gold minnows. I ended up catching 9 catfish and 2 smallmouths. So those catfish were on, it's funny, they were on jigs. Yeah, they weren't on the skipjack or the shad, but I caught 9 catfish, all channel cats except for one with blue cat. So it's, like I said, it's about a little past 5 right now. Marked a lot of fish in here. The shad are still in here, some big ones. So I'm hoping that as the sun sets over the next couple hours, start drawing some bigger fish in here. A lot of people getting channel cats in here, not really what I'm after. Yeah, we'll see what happens here. That's the update. There we go. All right, first good customer of the day. There we go. He's not big. I know. All right, so this is on that, I got a guy behind me, he's another YouTuber. Actually, I'll admit, guys, I can't hear. I'm very deaf. I couldn't hear the name of his channel. But, yeah, this is on a, I want to say a shad head. Looks like that's a decent blue. It's not a bad fish. About 10. All right, yeah, he's probably about 8 or 10. Not a big fish. Where are you? Yeah, I got him. Yeah, that's a decent fish. I'll take it. Good hook right in the side of the mouth. All right. Okay, so yeah, so I tossed it kind of under that boat there. I kind of noticed the guy behind me is getting them under the boat too. So I think that's where they're holding. Probably trying to get out of the sun here a little bit, the heat of the day. And yeah, he picked that thing up. Yeah, good. First good customer of the day. No bad fish. Yeah. Yeah, buddy. Got him. Yep. Got fish number 2. He's walking off with it. Sweet. Oh, it feels about the same size as the first one. This feels like a log, man. He is really slow and lethargic. Let's see what we got here. It's about the same size blue. It's a decent fish. Alright, let's get him in the boat. He might be a little, I think he's a little bit bigger than the last one. Yeah, he's feisty. So angry. Come here, you. There we go. That's a bigger fish than the last one. I think this one's about 15. Yeah, picked him up on a shad head. Very, very slow, lethargic head, almost like a flathead. Started walking off with it. Reeled down on him and got him. Come on, man. I got him good, right in the side of the mouth. Got him. All right. Let's get a little glamorous shot here in number 2. All right. There's fish 2. Not a bad fish. All right. Let's let him go. There, dude. And there were 2. All right, so let's talk strategy for today. So what I'm doing, fish are really, really lethargic. So what I ended up, when I went up to the bridge and I caught all those channel cats, they're small, they're just fun sizes. I caught them on lighter gear. But what I figured out for this spot, there's a lot of shad in here, but it looks like all the catfish are basically hunkered down under this barge. They're probably trying to keep cool, probably trying to stay out of this, out of that direct sunlight. The sun's starting to go down. It looks like these bigger ones are starting to move in. I saw a lot of guys catching channel cats in here earlier, just, you know, a lot of small ones. Yeah, I didn't get a lot of here. I got some dink nibbles, but nothing really to write home about. So as the sun's starting to go down, it's about 6:15. I'm anticipating that whatever fish, if there's any big ones under the barge, they're going to start moving out, probably feeding on these shad. These shad are just circulating through. There's one just jumped right there. They're circulating through this whole area over and over and over again. So I know they're not going anywhere. So when you see that, that's a good sign that this is probably a place where there's going to be game fish. They just might not be feeding right now. Like all afternoon, they were hunkered down, probably resting. It's very, very hard to get anything to bite at that time. Now the sun's going down, starting to cool, starting to see activity. So if you see, it's kind of the mantra. I forgot who I heard this from. It was a guide I saw on YouTube. Basically, he said this, and this is my philosophy of the summer because I adopted it from him, is let your bait soak for a while. I mean, I'm talking like a couple hours. Like I'm going to sit in this spot pretty much the rest of the night. So no fish are going to move back and forth through here. I'll let my bait soak. I don't really do that in the winter, but the fish are moving a lot more in the summertime. Once they start to actually feed, there's a lot, they'll go a lot further. So what he said, now get back to what that guy said, he said, if you locate fish and they're not biting, what makes you think you're going to move 2 miles up the river and find a group of fish that's necessarily biting? The same conditions, the same type of fish, right? So if those fish aren't biting, there's a reason. It might be the bait you've got, it might just be the conditions, they're not feeding right now. It might be something you come back to at a later time when they are feeding. So that's what I kind of did earlier, and that was my plan for tonight. So I'm going to sit here till a little bit past sundown and see what we can get. Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah. How's the sieving, man? Thought it was gonna be a channel.
That's what I like spinning, dude. When they hit it, they bury it.
Oh, I know. Flatheads can be tricky sometimes. You think they're nibbling.
That's a lot of bait.
That's skipjack. That's a good blue. Yeah, buddy, that's about a 20 pounder. Yeah, that's a fat blue. Oh, I missed him. Nope, I got it. Just gotta wear him down a little bit more. I got him hooked pretty good. Nah, I got him. There we go. That's a better fish. Alrighty. All right, let's get some measurements on him, weigh him. All right. So he is 38 inches. And let's get a weight. Is, say, 29 pounds, dude. All right, if I ever shot. Ah, beautiful fish right there.
Don't throw him back.
Oh, I gotta let him go, man. He's a breeder. All right. All right, so that blue cat, I don't know if y'all can see it here. While I was holding him, he just vomited these white beans that come from the Meow Mix cat food factory there. I guess they sit here and they eat them. Well, there's your evidence. They definitely eat that stuff. And that's all over my boat, and it smells just delectable. So that's gonna be a fun cleanup when I get home. All right, so that's gonna wrap us up for this episode of Catfish Combat. I hope you enjoyed it. Yeah, it's an interesting day today. So I would describe today as a pretty typical summer pattern, where some activity in the morning, a lot of channel cats. Yeah, a lot of channel cats. I caught on that bridge. I didn't film any of that because they were small channel cats at the bridge, so under a bridge with a jig. Not really a conventional way of catfishing, but it is what it is. And then I kind of recognized the pattern, so that's why I just wanted to get out of the heat a little bit and get in the get under the bridge, getting some shade. Even though I've got a bimini cover, it still is getting pretty hot under there. Okay, so once I did that, my strategy was to go into the evening bite and kind of target a certain area and just saturate it with baits, let them soak for a few hours. So I was in that same spot for about 2.5 to 3 hours and produced 4 fish. I got a channel cat and 3 blues, including 30-pound blue. What those fish were doing is they were under the barge, so they were hiding in the shade, and then they were just sitting there. It was really hard to draw them out because I kept noticing which rods were getting hit were the ones closest to the barge, anything that was lining up right on the edge of it. So towards the end there, I moved right over and hooked up almost like right on next to the barge, and then a barge actually came through, and yeah, we had to move. So that kind of ended my night. But overall, pretty good day for a summer bite. Wasn't crazy, but yeah, got some good fish in there. All right, so if you like this kind of content, go ahead and hit like and subscribe. Again, not in it for the money. You don't need to do that for me. But if you could do that so that word gets out, so that we can get catfishing on people's radar more, get the YouTube algorithms going so people can learn more and yeah, really get into the sport. That's the part I would really appreciate you guys' help with. So yeah, remember, today's the day the Lord has made. Stay on mission for him, and God bless. Take care. I'll see y'all next time.